Hello dear students, welcome back to your online classes. I think all of you have enjoyed greatly in your winter vacation. So it's time to start studies now. Today I'll be dealing with a topic from English second paper, and this topic is a little difficult for most of the students. That's why I expect all of your attention in this class, and the topic is sentence connectors. Yes, dear students, it is the most difficult for some students, right? And basically it's a little confusing, but if you can understand the meaning or usage of the connectors, then it's not that difficult. Basically, we use connectors in a piece of writing. The use of connectors in writing gives the writing a very good standard. Besides, it enriches your writing. So what is sentence connectors? Sentence connectors are used to express relationships between sentences, that means to connect two sentences. It gives coherence to the passage or the writing. With the help of words or phrases, sentence connectors carry over ideas from one sentence to another. Sentence connector serves as a transition between clauses or sentences. তাহলে সেন্টেন্স কানেক্টর হচ্ছে কোনো শব্দ বা শব্দগুচ্ছ যেটা দুটো বাক্যের মধ্যে সম্পর্ক তৈরি করে বা একটা ধারণা থেকে আরেকটা ধারণার সাথে একটা কানেকশন তৈরি করে। সেন্টেন্স কানেক্টরটা সাধারণত ব্যবহৃত হয় যখন একটা আইডিয়ার সাথে আরেকটা আইডিয়া বা কয়েকটা আইডিয়াকে কানেক্ট করা হয় বা একটা প্যারাগ্রাফের সাথে আরেকটা প্যারাগ্রাফকে কানেক্ট করার ক্ষেত্রে আমরা সেন্টেন্স কানেক্টর ব্যবহার করি। যে কোনো রাইটিংকে সেন্টেন্স কানেক্টর সহজবোধ্য করে তোলে রিডারের কাছে। সেন্টেন্স কানেক্টরের যে বিষয়টা তোমাদের মেইনলি জানতে হবে সেটা হচ্ছে মিনিং আর হচ্ছে ব্যবহার। সেন্টেন্স কানেক্টরগুলো কি, এগুলোর অর্থ কি এবং সেগুলো কিভাবে ব্যবহৃত বা কোথায় ব্যবহৃত হয় এটাই বোঝার বিষয়। তুমি যখনই ব্যবহারটা জেনে যাবে বা অর্থটা জানবে তখন খুব সহজে এটাকে ব্যবহার করতে পারবে। You have to see if the second sentence is expressing comparison or it is an example or it is giving additional information or giving a cause or reason. তাহলে প্রথম সেন্টেন্সের বা আগের সেন্টেন্সের সাথে পরের সেন্টেন্সের কি সম্পর্ক এটা বুঝতে পারাটাই প্রধান কাজ। Sentence connectors are placed at the beginning of a sentence. You will get sentence connectors in question number 10 in your question, and it contains 5 marks. There will be 5 gaps in the paragraph and you have to complete those 5 gaps with 5 connectors. You have to use sentence connectors and linking words in this question. So, sentence connectors and linking words are used to clarify ideas. It makes your writing more understandable to the reader. It makes your writing more natural and more organized to the readers. So, what are the connectors and the linking words? We use conjunctions, adverbs, and phrases as connectors. Conjunctions are and, or, but, before, after, till, until, etc. And phrases, you know, like at the same time, first of all, at the beginning, in the beginning, or at the end. Then adverbs like generally, basically, actually, etc. There are several types of conjunctions that are used in connectors. That is subordinating conjunctions, coordinating conjunctions, and correlative conjunctions. These are used as connectors. Subordinating conjunctions are used to connect one independent clause and one dependent clause and establish a relationship between them. Then coordinating conjunctions are used to connect two independent clauses or two different ideas. Then correlative conjunctions like not only but also, so that, either or, neither nor, etc. There are numerous types of connectors that we use, and these connectors are categorized according to their meaning and usage. So let's dig deeper into the topic. Connectors for addition, sequence, then example, showing contrast, showing cause and result, and showing purpose, then giving any opinion, to summarize, to give emphasis on any idea, তাহলে কোনো বাড়তি তথ্য দেওয়ার জন্য, কোনো অর্ডার বা সিকোয়েন্স ধারাবাহিকতা বোঝানোর জন্য, কোনো কারণ বা ফলাফল বোঝানোর জন্য, কোনো মতামত দেওয়ার জন্য, কোনো বিষয়ের উপরে জোর দেওয়ার জন্য আমরা কানেক্টর ব্যবহার করি। First comes sequence connectors, which suggest order, listing of ideas in a sentence or a paragraph. Sequence connectors are used to link opinions from one sentence to other and to give the paragraph coherence. Sequence হচ্ছে ধারাবাহিকতা। কোনো কিছু ধারাবাহিকভাবে লিস্ট দিতে চাইলে বা তালিকার ক্ষেত্রে আমরা sequence connectors ইউজ করি। For example, Bangladesh is beset with many problems. Firstly, it has overpopulation. Secondly, there is unemployment problem. Thirdly, most people are illiterate. Last of all, or finally, most of them do not get all the basic human rights. Okay? So this is the way of using sequence connectors. Then comes additional connectors. To add more ideas, we use these kind of connectors. And the connectors are and, also, besides, moreover, furthermore, etc. For example, Rafat is an intelligent boy. Besides, he is very hardworking. Here, besides is giving more information or extra information. Then contrast connectors. To express opposite ideas or contrastive ideas, we can use these kind of connectors. মানে বৈসাদৃশ্য বোঝাতে বা অপোজিট আইডিয়া দিতে contrast connectors ব্যবহৃত হয়। And the connectors are but, however, though, although, in contrast, on the other hand, or on the contrary. For example, he has talent, but he is not hardworking. Then connectors for expressing opinions. It seems that, or I think, in my opinion, to be honest, etc. For example, I think people are getting addicted to mobile phones. এরপরে আসো কজ বা রিজন বোঝাতে আমরা কি কানেক্টরস ব্যবহার করতে পারি। We can use since, as, because. For example, since he is sick, he cannot attend the exam. We can also use for, due to express reason. Or due to rain, the match was cancelled. And then the connectors to express result. As a result, consequently, for this reason, so, hence, therefore, or thus. These are the connectors for expressing result. For example, Mila studied hard for the exam. As a result, she got A+. Then connectors for expressing examples. We can use for example or for instance. Physical exercises are good for health. For example, or such as swimming, cycling, etc. To express purpose, we can use the connectors like in order to, so as to, etc. For example, she tried hard to get a good job. Then, to express condition, we use connectors like if, unless, provided. For example, he will help you provided you follow his order. Then, to express time, we can use connectors like in the meantime, meanwhile, before, after, when, while, until, etc. For example, they had reached home before the rain started. Then in case of direction or place, we use connectors like here, there, where, under, above, opposite to, etc. Then to express comparison, we use similarly or equally or in the same way as, as, etc. For example, she is as brilliant as her sister. To express similarity, we also use similarly or likewise or in the same way. For example, you cannot use the mobile phone here. Similarly, you have to switch it off. Or, you can lose weight by taking exercise. In the same way, you can cut down sugar from your diet. Then, in case of giving emphasis on any topic or idea, we can use connectors like specifically or specially, particularly, etc. Coronavirus is affecting people greatly, particularly the adults. Then, to put more emphasis on any topic or idea, we can use connectors like in fact, basically, actually, indeed, as a matter of fact, etc. For example, he is admired by all. In fact, he is a good-mannered person. Then, in case of conclusion, we can use connectors like in conclusion, in brief, to sum up. For example, to sum up, sentence connectors are inevitable part of grammar. So now let's move to practice from board questions. Today we are going to solve Select Board 2019. Let's read it out. Honesty is a divine virtue. The man dash possesses this quality is the happiest person in the world. Here we can see that before the gap, the reference of a person is given. So we have to connect this sentence using relative pronoun, that is who. Then, to be honest, a man should have trustworthiness dash nobody trusts a liar. So, nobody trusts a liar is suggesting reason. Okay, so we will use as, since or because. Then number C, Allah helps the honest people. In the previous sentence it is given that as nobody trusts a liar, Allah helps the honest people. So it is an additional information. So you can use besides or moreover. The next D dash children should be taught honesty from the very beginning of life. In the previous sentences we have seen that the information about the importance of honesty and trustworthiness is given. So here we have to use so or as a result to connect the sentence or make it more meaningful. So, children should be taught honesty from the very beginning of life. Then E dash they should be taught discipline too. So here let's see the previous sentence. Children should be taught honesty from the very beginning of life. They should be taught discipline too. So at the same time with honesty, children should also be taught discipline. So we can use this phrase at the same time. So the last one is at the same time they should be taught discipline too. Well, dear students, this is the next board that we are going to solve now, and the board is Kumila Board 2020. None can deny the importance of tree plantation. Dash our lives on earth inevitably depends on it. So we have to see the first sentence, and we know that we have to connect the two sentences according to the meaning of the sentences. So none can deny the importance of tree plantation. Dash our lives on earth inevitably depends on it, because our lives on earth inevitably depends on it. So the connector will be because. Then dash it is a matter of sorrow that we are cutting down trees indiscriminately. In the previous sentence we have seen that trees are, our lives on earth inevitably depends on trees. In this sentence, an opposite idea or contradictory action has been expressed. So you have to use the connector for contrast or contradiction, that is but or however. Then C, dash trees are planted soon our country will turn into a desert. If trees are not planted, our country will turn into a desert. As not is not given here, we have to use a connector that suggests negative meaning. So we have to use unless. Then number D, dash there will be adverse change in the climate. So unless trees are planted soon, our country will turn into a desert, and if the country turns into a desert, what will happen? Adverse change in the climate will happen. So it is suggesting time. So we will use when. Then the last one, dash we should plant more and more trees for our own sake. So as this is the last sentence and the importance of tree plantation is described in all the previous sentences, so this is the consequence or the concluding part. So we can summarize this last line using the connector so. As this sentence is suggesting result or consequence, we can use the connector so. Okay, this is the way of answering sentence connector, and the most important thing is to understand the meaning of the sentence and at the same time the structure of simple, complex and compound sentences, and also the rules of completing sentences. Those rules will help you to find out the connectors easily. তাহলে কানেক্টরের ব্যবহারগুলো আমরা মোটামুটি বুঝতে পারলাম যে কিভাবে কোথায় কোন কানেক্টর ব্যবহৃত হচ্ছে। তোমাদের যে কাজটি করতে হবে সেটা হচ্ছে মিনিং পড়তে হবে এবং ব্যবহারটা পড়তে হবে। কানেক্টরের লিস্ট মোটামুটি মুখস্থ রাখতে হবে, সবগুলো না, প্রতিটা ক্যাটাগরি থেকে তুমি 3-4টা কানেক্টরস মুখস্থ রাখলেই তোমার জন্য খুব সহজ হবে সেন্টেন্স কানেক্টরের উত্তরগুলো খুঁজে পাওয়া। And another thing that I want to tell you that don't repeat the same connector again and again. If you see that the same connector can be used, in that case you use synonyms. For example, in one case you can write but, and another you can use however, the synonym. Okay? Sentence connector এ ভালো করতে চাইলে অবশ্যই তোমাকে প্র্যাকটিস করতে হবে। যত বেশি প্র্যাকটিস করবে তত বেশি তোমার আইডিয়াস ক্লিয়ার হবে। যত বেশি তুমি প্র্যাকটিস করবে তত বেশি তুমি বুঝতে পারবে কোন সেন্টেন্সে কোন মিনিং বহন করছে। You can understand easily which sentence is conveying what meaning and how to connect it with the next sentence. The more you practice, the more you learn. So there is no alternative of practicing. So dear students, that's all for today. Hope to see you in next class. Till then, Allah Hafiz.